It looks like Jeannie Mai and Jeezy are finally getting divorced. However, beneath the surface of their romance, there were whispers of doubt stemming from Jeannie Mai's past controversial statements about interracial dating.
But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married white man. That's what I like.
The hosts of the event opened up about what their preferences were in men. When interracial dating was brought up, Mai spoke about dating black men in the past, but choosing to marry a white man. I loved black guys. I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, she said. White keeps me mean and lean, you know. That's why I married white. That's what I like. Mai was married to Freddie Hartis at the time. The two divorced after 10 years of marriage. Tamar Braxton was not happy with her remarks. Mai elaborated on her comments, saying, "What I'm saying is I really do think black men are attractive. When I think about men, I like dark men. I used to date black men. I think they're attractive. But when I decided to stick to, because it just kept me happiest, was my man Freddie, who just happens to be white."
As an American, it's my responsibility to understand the lives and the needs of the cultures that exist around me. So whether it's Black, Native American, Hispanic, I live and dwell with all of my neighbors that are of different races. So I need to understand what each journey is because not everybody is the same.
For those who criticized Jeannie Mai's previous remarks, her transformation from a controversial side dish to having a prominent black figure as her partner was nothing short of remarkable. The sparks between her and the rapper Jeezy reportedly ignited in 2018, culminating in their joyous union in 2021, and their love story reached another milestone when they welcomed their daughter, Monaco Mai-Jenkins, in 2022. They said Jeannie Mai-Jenkins is trying to save her marriage despite her husband's divorce filing. Okay, they told them exclusively that she is hurt and devastated. Hold on, there's new information. This isn't the old stuff about her being devastated, just listen. Because she does go into detail. Plus I got an interview where she talks about her mom and actually what the problem might have been. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me read this first, and then I'm going to play the interview. They said Jeannie Mai-Jenkins, she made sure to tell them to use her last name as hoping to selfish her relationship with her husband Jeezy. After he filed for divorce, a source say exclusively that she is hurt and devastated by his decision to end their marriage. Another source revealed that the problems between the pair escalated recently, sharing they've had issues for a long time. But things got really hard over the last few months. He spends nearly all his time in Atlanta, and she was flying back and forth between there and LA. She was scaling back a bit and trying to spend more time in Atlanta to work on their issues. You see, this is what everyone expected. When she entered that marriage, it seemed like she had embraced this notion of submission, the kind where you're supposed to be at your man's beck and call, even if it means being treated like a doormat. But the moment she tied the knot, she reverted back to the Jeannie we've always known. Jeannie has always been fiercely independent, with a strong work ethic. She's not about to let any man dictate her finances. That didn't sit well with him. He wanted a different kind of woman, someone who would stay home, follow his every command, and trail behind him like a shadow. Now, I get that it might sound appealing to some, but it just wasn't the Jeannie we knew. Jeannie found herself grappling with a dilemma. She acknowledged the persistent issues in her marriage, especially on the front of personal growth and development, PL problems. But never did she imagine that divorce would be the answer. She was caught off guard when her spouse, Jeezy, dropped the bombshell of divorce. While Jeannie had hoped to work through their problems and salvage their marriage, it seemed that Jeezy had a different plan. In the aftermath of the divorce announcement, Jeezy took to Instagram to declare his intentions. He expressed his commitment to self-improvement, stating, "I'm shifting my focus towards my own growth. I'm leaving behind those who aren't growing with me." Jeannie now finds herself at a crossroads, trying to envision her future and where she will call home. So, Here's the messed situation. Jeannie Mai-Jenkins had been earnestly working on her marriage, hoping to mend the cracks that had appeared. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, Jeezy dropped the divorce bombshell. Remarkably, it turns out he had been planning this since June 15th, a fact that raised eyebrows. Jenny's currently living in a legitimate state of separation, which implies that Monaco, their daughter, has also been staying with her mom during this period. Some speculate that he ensured there was no bedroom intimacy with Jenny since June 15th, and that he's meticulously documented this and other concerns, amassing a case for his unhappiness. It's quite a strategic move, and it didn't come out of the blue. If you look at his recent book tour, you'll see the evidence of a calculated mind at work. However, locking down June 15th as the pivotal date has certainly raised eyebrows. Some say Jenny is financially stable, but questions arise about where she actually works. The Sherman Oaks $1.5 million house was briefly put up for rent in April, but swiftly removed from the rental market. Let's rewind to June 15th, going back a few months to April. Coincidence or not, this was around the time when Jenny thought that documenting her trip to Vietnam would help her marriage. Little did she know that Jeezy was there to promote his book, and it's even possible that his publisher was aware of the impending divorce documents. It's a complex situation, to say the least. Jenny insists she had no inkling of the divorce, although she acknowledges they had their issues. This is par for the course in most marriages, especially within the first few years. Arguments, the silent treatment, and working through problems are common. Usually, before divorce papers are filed, there's at least some respectful communication. Here's where it gets interesting. Remember how there was a fuss about Jenny's mom moving into the house, something Jeezy wasn't fond of? Well, Jenny talked about this, recalling a phone call where he realized her mom had landed. She explained the Asian cultural perspective of family values and nurturing. Yet, how does her mom's enthusiasm equate to a sudden public divorce without even a conversation? There's an ironclad prenup in play, and Jeezy is out partying, hosting events, and going on tour. Jenny's caught in a whirlwind, fighting to save her marriage. It's a lot to process. Some say Jenny might find work again and that the rental house is back on the market. This might be for the best, considering her desires and values. Denying oneself for years can take a toll, and if this isn't the right fit, perhaps it's time for both of them to move forward. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments.